Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike here from DIY Aqua Pros. Today, we're taking a closer look at Blyxa Japonica, sometimes referred to as bamboo plant, but often just called Blyxa. This aquarium plant is super popular, and it's in a lot of popular aquascapes. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's definitely become one of my all-time favorite plants, and you'll soon find out why. Native to several parts of tropical Asia, including mainland China and Japan, Blyxa can be found growing fully submerged in saltwater streams and other still water environments. Blyxa will prefer the following water conditions in the home aquarium: a temperature between 70 and 82 degrees Fahrenheit, pH in the range of 5.5 to 7, as well as a DGH and DKH anywhere from 1 to 12. Blyxa's leaves will reach a maximum size of about 6 inches, making it a superb mid-ground plant and even a foreground plant in bigger aquariums. It's nice in size, and it won't really require much of any maintenance pruning-wise. I think most aquarists, like myself, will prefer the vibrant green color this plant provides under moderate and even high lighting. Continue to bump up the par reaching this plant and start adding some liquid iron to get its tips turning a dark red, almost purple color. I personally prefer the former, but everybody's aquascape demands something different. This plant doesn't grow super fast for me, even under high-tech conditions. This may be different from what you've experienced, but it still does manage to get really bushy in about a month after planting. This is not a plant that requires high light, CO2, and ample nutrients to grow well, but like most all aquarium plants, will definitely perform better under those types of conditions. I've only grown Blyxa in soil substrates, but I hear it can do just fine in a variety of other types. Obviously, looking at all the pictures of sweet aquascapes that include Blyxa, it can grow just fine in an inorganic substrate. I think the most important factor here, though, is pH. This plant does seem to benefit quite a bit, for me at least, being in tanks with a pH that's just below 7. Now, at first glance, Blyxa appears to be like a plant not unlike dwarf sage or plants like microswords that propagate naturally through the substrate. However, Blyxa is actually a unique stem plant. You can see here when we inspect an uprooted specimen, new stems will begin to branch off of the base of the main plant. These portions of new vertical growth can be snipped off and replanted elsewhere in the aquarium, or you can just let them accumulate around the plant, as they will over time, and end up with a more bushy look. Propagation can quickly help you fill in the fore mid-ground of your planted tank though, and once you're satisfied, you can then let them get bushy. It can be tough to get these newer plants securely positioned in the substrate due to a naturally weak root system, so having sand as a top layer really seems to help keep them in place. In my experience, even established Blyxa can begin to naturally uproot itself, potentially triggered by certain environmental changes that I haven't quite nailed down yet. If you know any more about this, feel free to let us all know. Overall, Blyxa is a beautiful plant that can add a lot to your aquascape. It can serve as a mid and even a background plant in smaller tanks. I particularly like Blyxa because once it starts growing, you can just sit back and let it do its thing. You don't have to worry about trimming it, and it'll nicely fill in a space where you only have a few stems planted. I just added some Blyxa to the middle background of my 72 bow front, where I want to maintain swimming room and also don't want to have to mess with a lot of pruning. If you haven't tried out Blyxa yet, I highly suggest you get your hands on some. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you're a fan of Blyxa, and don't forget to check out DIYAquaPros.com for more plant and fish profiles, DIY projects, aquarium science, and product reviews. We'll see you next time.